人の幼馴染が集まってワイワイおしゃべり。カジュアルインタラクション。
All right, so welcome to another episode of Casual Interactions with Frank, Shaun, and Hambone. We're going to keep answering your questions because there's a ton of questions that you sent us. So we're going to start off right over the plate with this one. Frank, this is from Valeria in California. Why did you choose the name The Future Violence for the new band?
Ooh, it's funny. That's like a twofold. First off, it was actually, we were traveling to Australia on a flight, and it was the I guess the last tour before Parachutes came out, and it was the last tour before that crazy shitty accident happened and everything. And we were on the flight, and the steward came over and was like, "Oh, are you guys like a band or something?" And
What gave it away?
I know, yeah. And we're like, yeah, and I think at the time we had said either Celebration or the Patience, and he was like, The Future Violence. And I was like, that's a fucking name. Yeah, I swear to God.
Wow.
It was really weird. And I was like, no, but that's gonna be the next name.
Oh, wow.
And then I started to think about that and what that meant to me, and kind of like the definition of the word violence, and how life is kind of basically like the action of living is a very violent action. We kind of, like if you're just floating along through say water very passively, like you're not causing ripples or anything like that. But if you're actually living your life and swimming through, you're going to cause all these breaks in the water, and you're going to cause ripples and things like that. And that's if you think about it, it's a violent action, the action of living or trying to survive. The idea to change the spelling into VIOLENTS, meaning people that are active in that action.
Cool.
The idea is that collectively we are all progressing in this violent way, and I don't mean it in a negative connotation. I mean it in like a positive, like survival action.
See that, everybody? He's not just pulling it out of his ass.
No,
There's a very specific reason for that.
There's a very specific reason, yes.
So thanks for the question. Natasha from Ireland wants to know if there was ever a time in your lives where you wanted to quit music. What about you,
Yes.
Shaun? Like quit music,
I
quit
did.
writing?
I'm not writing music.
Yeah, so there you go.
There
Don't
you go.
quit.
Yeah. But sometimes you still do.
I mess around. Yeah. It's fun sometimes.
Do you think there would ever be a moment in time or something that would happen to you that would make you never want to create?
Oh, no. I
sound
don't
again?
think so. I don't think so.
No. How about you?
I never wanted to quit. I just knew I kind of had to take a knee on it for a little bit. I think where I'm at was I wanted to be able to do it, and I wanted to be able to create, but I knew I couldn't tour anymore, or at least not for a while, because I kind of needed to make some money. So yeah, I never wanted to quit. I just knew I needed to kind of do it differently.
See, that's the thing, right? Like, all right, again, that there's the music and the music business, and one very sometimes has nothing to do with the other. Like, it's always the things surrounding music that cause you to want to fucking stop doing it. It's never really, the actual creating of music that does it.
Well, I think that the most fun part is the creation. And that's second to only getting to play for like 30, 40 minutes and actually be able to perform it for people.
Right.
My favorite part of any band that I've ever been in was the time I got to spend with the people who I was in the band with, writing, creating, and like working on stuff and bouncing ideas off each other. Like that whole creative process was always like the best part of it. But I hated everything else. I hated like, oh, now we have to get album artwork. Now we have to like
see, but that could be considered part of the creating of it. But I get what you're saying. Those times in the basement or the the garage somewhere, like making loud noises and fucking kind of riffing off of each other that's such a precious time, figuring out what it's supposed to sound like.
So let me ask you guys this, because you both are in a field working very creatively. Do you ever feel as if now we had all that time, right? Say for us as kids writing that first record, right? And then you're writing your first comic, and you kind of have that first moment of like success where it's like, okay, now what do I follow up with? Like, how do you follow it up? Because it's, it takes so long to get that first one out. But once you get your foot in the door, like, what's the process like for you to kind of produce it again or produce something else and kind of just keep moving forward?
There's that saying, right? You have your whole life to write your first record and then 6 months to write the second, or something like that. Yeah. There's a definite pressure to kind of like, if you did, trap lightning in a bottle, like to do it again, to recreate that. I feel like you can't let that pressure seep in. And I think that's also why, like, subconsciously I wanted to do that thing where I change the band name every time, because you never have that. There's never a sophomore record. It's just, it's always a new one, it's always a new
great
band.
idea.
Yeah. Until people fucking think. Yeah. People get real annoyed with you. Like, all right, what's it called now?
Yeah.
I mean, like, I told you it was going to change every time. All right, what? How is it spelled?
Yeah.
Like, people get real fucking mad. Dude.
Yeah. That's like an angry uncle at Thanksgiving.
Seriously,
It's like,
so mad.
can't just keep. I already bought the T-shirt. Like,
Yeah.
why'd you change the name of the band?
Because you got to buy a new one now.
So, Shaun, how does that work for you? Because, I've always thought what you do in comics is really interesting because you're not writing I'm 66 issues into this one story.
Yeah.
Like, you write, which I think is cool. Like, you write a project, you do like 5-6 issues on it. I think Art Ops was 12, right?
Art Up was 12. Yeah.
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 And then you move on to something else. Like,
Yeah.
is that a way to keep it fresh for you? And kind of like Frank said, that you never have a sophomore record.
Yeah, I think for me, it's important to move on and do something different. I feel like I wouldn't want to be writing the same, unless it was something that I was doing that I had a lot of, not even inspiration, but a lot to say on it.
Mhm.
Right.
Then I feel like I could keep going. But for me, it's important to move on and do something different. And something that I try to do is do something very different than the last thing I did.
Right.
Right.
So I'm sorry, I don't mean to jump in. When you start like a new project, is it imperative for you to have like a beginning and an end in sight? Like, all right, this needs to end here. So
yeah, you want to have I like to have an idea of where I'm going with it, because if you don't, the thing with comics is you kind of have to, because you don't have the opportunity as if you were writing a novel where I'm going to write this whole first draft and then I'm going to go and do a second draft and really weed out what the story is and what I'm trying to say. Comics, most of the time, you're writing issue 1 and it's coming out in 3 months, and you're on this deadline to get shit done. So if you don't know where you're going at the beginning, you might fuck up and not go anywhere.
right.
So for you, I wonder, with Frank. So Frank has different members of his band. Like
Right.
Evan's been the constant,
Mhm.
which is awesome. But every band you have like some different members of the band.
Right.
Do you find working with different artists, Shaun, gives you the ability to stretch out and find a different voice for the characters that you create in these new stories?
Yeah, I think that there's definitely the right person for each project.
Because every project that you've done has a distinctly different look.
Yeah.
And what I love about the characters is every character is their own character. So you're not, what I found in the stories that you tell is you're not rehashing the same character, just kind of with a different outfit in a different scenario. Like every story is specifically different.
No, I think there's definite themes in the stuff that I do, but like I said, I need to move on and I need to do something different. And I can't just be stagnant until I keep telling the same story over and over again.
It's awesome.
Yeah. After you put one to bed, though, like down the road, do you ever think like, oh man, I could go back and do another?
Yeah, I think so, but I feel like I haven't had something where I've been dying to do that so much that I need to keep going with something,
Right.
Avery from Sacramento wants to know, Frank, is there any particular message in any of your songs that you want your fans to hear the most? If so, what song and what's the message? Do I need to get a secret decoder ring for this? I think I have enough coupons from Ovaltine saved.
I feel like I tend to just kind of touch on a lot of experiences that I've firsthand gone through or witnessed other people go through. I don't think that there's one specific message that I'm trying to get across. A lot of it's just kind of fucking therapy for me. If that translates to someone else's life and something that they can get out of it, that's awesome. But I don't know if I'm trying to really communicate anything to anyone else. I don't like talking on the phone. I don't like,
Yeah.
I like hanging out and talking to I don't want to communicate.
I hate talking.
I don't want to talk. Yeah. So like, if I could write a song that says something that gets it off my chest, then I don't have to say it.
I hate this podcast.
There you go.
You would never know that too, because I'm the fucking wordiest motherfucker on this.
Yeah,
thing.
you are. Yeah,
You are.
No, I'm not saying that in a bad way.
No, just like I don't know. I think it's because I'm nervous.
I'm glad you are.
All right,
because
thanks.
I'm not like that.
Right.
Yeah, you're nervous and I gave you coffee, so it's just
That too. Yeah.
it's on.
It's like word urine. Just have to pee out of my fucking
Just milk it
at all
out.
times. But yeah, I mean, all right. Well, Shaun is like for writing comics, like is the same thing. You know, I feel like you get to kind of hide behind a character, or characters.
Right.
Is that easier to do if you're trying to get something across, or you're just telling a story? You're not trying to like.
I mean,
push an
there's
agenda.
definite shit in there if you look for it, but I'm just trying to tell a good story.
Right.
There's always stuff in there. And maybe you see it, maybe you don't. I'm not
Right.
trying to come out and tell you anything
Mm-hmm.
other than try to give you a good story.
I think it's actually a great question
it
because
is.
when you really distill it, like I remember being a kid and being like, oh my God, this person's like, they're writing this song about me. And it's a lot of interpretation of what people write. Like some people come out there like, say off the top of my head, like a person like Bruce Springsteen, he wrote like, 41 shots. And he's very specifically writing about something that happened because he has a point of view on it and he wants to share the point of view with you.
Right.
But for the most part, if you look at like Springsteen's lyrics and you look at the things that Springsteen writes, you relate to it on a fundamental level because it's stuff that kind of happens to everybody and stuff that you feel like you're going through at the time or you relate a time and a place in your life to. And like I think a lot of, I look back at, we did the Pensy Prep record and I just had things to say. I had feelings. I wanted to get them out, but it wasn't so much that there was a message I was trying to get out. I'm just trying to get it off my chest. And if you related to that and you want to hold on to that as something that you attribute to something special or maybe not so special that was happening in your life, cool. I feel like we did our job.
Yeah.
But like that's kind of like what it is. Like, even like with the podcast thing, I just talk. I talk a lot. And now, I have a platform for it and I just like to laugh. So here we are.
You know what? No, I take it back. It's about lizard people.
There you go.
It's all about lizard people.
See, breaking news, folks. It's about lizard people. April from California wants to know what we think about music today compared to the music we grew up with.
Uh-oh. Shit talk.
There it is.
There it goes.
That's it.
All downhill from here.
Yeah, we're about to burn some bridges, y'all. Get the popcorn out. I got a whole box of Lipton. I'm ready to spill some tea.
There's some shit that I can really get into, and there's some stuff I don't understand. I'm an old person now.
I find myself just listening to shit from back when most of the time. And even finding new artists from that era that I maybe didn't know of before.
You know what? Yeah, I like doing that too. I just worked with Steve Albini, and he got us into this band Budgie in the 70s that I never knew about before. Did you ever listen to Budgie?
Budgie.
No, but it's such a fun word.
It's great. Dude, it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It's like super like, the bridger between, I guess, like Sabbath and Rush. It feels like, it's like doomy prog. And
you know why they never
fucking
went anywhere?
great, dude.
Because they're called Budgie.
Budgie.
Yeah.
You know what Australians call bathing suits? Budgie smugglers. That's my favorite band's Budgie. Okay.
Budgie.
It was one of those bands that like I totally fucking missed out on. And it's what's really funny is there's some killer Budgie artwork. It's like album art is kind of dope.
Yeah.
But as far as like I don't know, like
all your Australian fans are giggling real hard right now.
I think they're from England. I think Budgie was from England. Anyway, I think there's a lot of new bands that I really, really do like. But as far as like the popular stuff, I don't know. I think it's over my head. I don't know if it's written for me.
And you know what? That's kind of where I'm coming from with it too. Is I'm with you, Shaun. I listen to pretty much all stuff. Like my musical taste gave up the ghost in 2003. That's kind of where it ended for me. I listen to a lot of stuff that I used to listen to growing up and things that are related to it. I'll hear some stuff now that's new and I'm like, oh, I either think it's cool or if it's not cool to me, I just think it's not for me.
Right.
And I don't think I would classify it as good or bad. It's just not the vibe I'm going for and the things like I kind of like to listen to. So I think it's cool. I think music's a very subjective thing. And, if it's not for you, it's okay that it's not for you. And if it's for you, buy tickets, go see the band. Abby from the UK. I'm just floating the idea of trying to do the UK accent again, but I'm not.
You're very good at it.
Boy, besides the projects you're working on, what?
I love this. This is my favorite part.
Yeah, this is good.
Abby from the UK wants to know.
I like that Abby has like this, oi! Like, real like grovelly like Cockney accent.
I'm thinking Vinnie Jones in my brain. Not that I imagine Abby, you look like Vinnie Jones. It's just I have a very limited scope of the accents I can do, and they're all bad.
Oh shit.
But Abby from Newcastle, UK wants to know, besides the projects we're working on, what excites us most about 2019?
Fuck, man. Yeah. I don't know about that. Just that it's not 2018, I guess.
Yes.
Holy shit. Here's the thing. When you start at -4, like you're hoping that the only place you can go is up.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. I mean, I'm excited to
Jesus.
turn 40 this year. I'm excited to go to WrestleMania.
You're going to turn 40?
Oh,
I'm turning 40. I'm old as shit.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
Oh,
that's
man.
it. I'm excited to go to WrestleMania and to turn 40. So
Wow.
it's pretty much all downhill once we
Those
get
are
past
hefty
April.
goals. I like that.
They're pretty hefty goals. Yeah. Mads from England wants to
Mads?
know. Mads,
Oh.
yeah.
Sorry.
I've already blew it on the other accent, so we're
All
gonna.
right, wait, real quick before you go to this, just so you know, this this accent thing started for my family a couple of weeks ago. We had a family accent contest because my daughter Cherry is really into doing voices and,
wow.
and doing accents.
That's
of
great.
sorts. Yeah, they're pretty. She's
That's awesome.
pretty good at it too. And so we decided, like, because she ended up saying, like, all right, I'm the best at this.
Mm.
And we're like, wow.
That's a bold claim.
That's a bold claim. So we had a family-wide accent contest where you had to do a British accent, and we had to pick a random series of words. So we picked delicious burrito. Was something that, because think of it, like, that's probably something that you don't hear very much in England.
And did she?
Because they don't have delicious burritos there.
Did she win?
Well, what we did was I taped everyone saying delicious burrito,
Yeah.
and then I sent it to our friend Cara, who is British.
Oh, so you had
I
a
had an
judge.
actual Brit.
Wow,
Come
that's
in.
legit.
Who won?
man.
Lily won.
Wow.
Wow.
Which
Yeah.
was troubling because I thought I would win.
Well, listen, it's a bold move when you just show up to the plate and you're like, no, I'm
Yeah,
the best
no,
here.
Yeah, I'm the best here.
Wow.
You all can go home.
Did you get her like a
And
title belt
fucking
or a
Lily
trophy
won.
or something?
Yeah.
Or
Wow.
I don't know if we're like the best parents in the world or if we're the worst, but
Yeah.
she won. We picked her up early from school. We took her out to lunch and Build-A-Bear.
Dude, that's great.
Yeah,
What's
that's
wrong with
fantastic.
But I wonder if she like told her teacher, like, yeah, I won a British accent contest and I'm leaving school early.
Well, I mean, in fairness,
Well,
you
anyway.
did have it judged by a real Brit.
Well,
so.
I mean, it was a legitimate, legitimate.
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 I love it.
Oh, sorry. What's
Oh,
up, Nads?
But yeah, Mads from England wants
there
to
was a
know
question
Yeah, there was a question.
there
We
was a
didn't get to it.
question.
Wow.
what are your favorite horror movies?
Oh man, I kind of like the slow burn. Like I like Rosemary's Baby. I like The Omen. I like House of the Devil.
House of the Devil's awesome.
I like The Strangers, but I don't know if it holds up.
Yeah, I haven't
I thought
watched
that
it
was
in a good
good.
number of years, but it's definitely
Strangers 2, I wouldn't even watch.
well, yeah, man. Sequel.
I know. We talked about this though, right? When I went to go see The Strangers, and there was a lady. I went to go see a midnight showing of Strangers in Clifton Commons.
Well, that was your first mistake.
Well,
Mm.
and we show up, and there's a woman there with a baby. I know,
Like a crying baby?
like a sleeping baby. And we're like, oh no, this
Well,
is
that ain't good.
not going to be good.
Yeah.
And then immediately the baby wakes up
Oh.
and starts to cry. And like the movie has just started, and everybody's like, what the fuck do you have this baby here? And
Well, that's stupid.
I know. And so people are like, like yelling
Yeah.
obscenities at her and stuff. And then she finally stands up and she's like, deal with it. And some guy right behind me goes, put your titty in its mouth. It was the greatest heckle I've ever heard.
Oh my god.
I think we
That's
just end the episode
Oh,
there.
sorry. Yeah.
That's it.
Holy shit. How about you, Sean? You have a favorite horror movie?
I don't know if I do. I'm not a huge fan of horror, the genre in general. I don't know. I like some stuff if it's good,
That was good. All right. Yeah.
right?
I
Yeah.
hear you.
You-
Hey, can't argue with that.
You get that,
Can't argue
right?
with that.
I mean,
Good,
that
I
makes
like
sense.
it.
Yeah. If it's good, I like it.
Instead of comics, he's going to do movie reviews
Yeah,
next.
I like that. Yeah. If it's good, put your titty in its mouth.
That's the title of this episode, by the way.
Put your titty in his mouth?
Yeah.
I trust me, as I'm going, I'm taking mental notes as for what the
Right.
episode should be called. Add the layer of mystery. But I'll tell you, definitely, this one, it starts off with Budgie and the,
Budgie in the titty. Oh boy. I'm sure it's spelled TIDD.
yeah, I think it's going to be Budgie and the bawling baby. All right. We'll do one more question before we wrap this up. This is the feel-good question. It's Aolfi from Singapore.
What is it?
Who?
Aofi.
Aothi, that's a good name.
I'm going with it.
All right.
Trust me, there's going to be a tweet going out later where I apologize in advance for slaughtering everybody's names because I'm illiterate. Do you guys have any advice for holding on to your friends? Call people.
Boy, can we just do that one?
Yeah, we
think we
did
did that
this.
one.
I feel like
I'm sorry, we did that one already.
Yeah, we're gonna. But I will tell you, thank you for the
Try
question.
hard.
Sorry, friend.
Just reach out to your friends.
See, if it's good, Shaun will answer it.
Yeah,
Yeah, if it's not, I mean,
reach out to your friends.
Come on.
Don't just Facebook them. Like, go see them.
what do you end the episodes with? Hold your friends.
Hold
touch
on to your friends.
Oh, hold on to your
Yeah,
friends.
I forget it every time, but I got to remind
Yeah,
myself.
I feel like it's new
Hold 'em.
every time.
No, it's always close enough to it, and and I'll listen to it. I'm like, oh, that's not right. So
I like it.
I often recut the ending of every
Do you
episode.
really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Because sometimes I
good.
blow it. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna call it what it is.
Hold 'em.
Know when to fold them, and know when to walk away, and ask good questions.
Don't stop.
Yeah, I think that's a good spot to stop.
No, we got one more. Come on,
One
I got
more?
one more in me.
That one
All
was
right,
kind of shitty.
Yeah, Andrea from Peru would like to know, where do you find your inspiration to write songs?
Kind of just, I feel like everyday situations, or like the things that kind of happened to you in your life that made huge impressions.
Bus
Yeah.
accidents.
Bus accidents are a big one. Hey, if you can,
If you
if you can,
Yeah,
you can get one of those in your back pocket.
I feel like your Travelocity
Jesus.
review
That's
for that wouldn't be too
Fuck.
high marks.
That's part of tips for teens,
That's-
right?
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's a rough one. These milestones of hopefully they're not all near death, but if you'll know them when you have them. Certain things that you can not let go of without writing a song about,
Yeah, it's also okay to write songs if you're feeling happy and good.
Yeah.
Like you don't. It
I
doesn't
know
always
how
have to
do
be
it.
bad experience. I couldn't
I mean,
tell you. Yeah,
But by all means.
the wrong guy to let you in on that secret.
Yeah, man. Geez. I'd like to try that once in a while.
So we're gonna wrap up this episode of Casual Interactions. Until we meet again, hold on to your friends.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to like, review, and subscribe to the podcast. Every review helps other listeners find us. Casual Interactions is a ham-fisted production. Music by Dead Go West. Art by Stephen Blay.